This is the city in the 6th century.
Can
you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? This is the city in the 6th century. This shows us the city has a wall around it. Remember, we saw this in the corridor in the Jewish quarter, right? Because it shows the corridor in the middle. There's a street with pillars on the sides and towers. Here's the corridor Secunda. Where is my finger now? At the western wall. Okay, the corridor Secunda goes right in front of the western wall. Out through the dung gate, and that's how the city. Dung gate of those days was way down from where it is now. Around in the city, next to the pool of Siloam, but hopefully we'll see today, rather than we're here now. Remember this, the Temple Mount? North of the Temple Mount was the fortress of Antony. From the fortress of Antony starts the way that Jesus walks with the cross. And he walks with...
I'm sorry to say, it's not written from which country they are.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Look at them.
Well,
They have American passport, they have
Uh,
American passport, and they're from China.
China. Okay,
But
well,
they're Americans.
American. So I put USA, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
They are Kalichani. Kalichani. It's a new world. Okay. Then, from here, therefore, the Antonia Fortis will start the journey of the cross, the journey that Jesus walked with the cross. In the time that the temple is standing, it's like this. Okay? The women's section, you saw that little room over there. That was the, okay? We saw Wilson's Arch over here. We saw the big gate before the women were blocking our way. Okay? Right across from the Holy of Holies. All right?
Yes.
You realize that it's supposed to be a bit here. Okay, it's not exactly center.
Yes.
By nature, people think center. Okay, but the remains shows it was a bit north of the center. It was right across from the Golden Gate, 200 yards from the Golden Gate. So this is supposed to be here, because right here is the dome, the gold dome that is on top of the altar. All right? And we walked with the tunnel all the way to its north end, and then we saw the Antonia Fortis. When we started walking down, we looked, it was down over here. And then we saw that the big pool over here, and now the stuff is here. All right? This is how it looked like when the temple was standing. Then, this Hadrian is building, instead of the Antonia Fortress, a huge platform on which the Roman soldiers were just sitting in the sun. In the middle of that fortress was a triple arch gate. You see the gate in the middle? Right over here. On top of that was a statue of Helios and Hadrian standing together. Hadrian called the city of Jerusalem Helios Capital, Helia Capitolina, which is the first time, it didn't last for long, that it was not called Jerusalem since the time of David, King David. Okay? This fortress, the fortress that was destroyed had a floor inside of it. The floor of the fortress is where the trial of Jesus took place. It is used for this platform. So these are the floors on which Jesus had his trial and the beating by the Roman soldiers. And the shooting him out by Pontius Pilate saying, "Behold the man, is this the man that you demanded?" What happened is that this plaza was built on later on. Helios was taken off right away when the time of Hadrian was over. And this old triple arch is partly built in here, partly standing, this corner, standing outside in the street. That's the arch I pointed out to you, as you see here.
Whoa.
Okay, now you realize what is the half arch we saw outside. The rest of it is hidden by buildings built on top and instead. All right? So the tile roof is not part of it, but this is part of it. Got it? They called it the Ecce Homo Arch, saying that this is where Pontius Pilate was standing when he was marking Jesus, saying, "Is this the man that you demanded?" We all know it is not. We all know this arch was built way later. But one has to understand, the stations, as they are known, the stations of the cross, the Via Dolorosa, is not of existence in the New Testament. There is no way of the cross. There is no stations of the cross. Jesus walked through the marketplace. There are no stations. I opened up this one also to show you an arch actual standing since the time of Hadrian. That's as in Jeresh in Jordan. This is a real arch, but it looks like the one that was outside over here. So what you're seeing outside over here is part of the center arch. Got it? All right. Jesus is trialed in the Antonia fortress. He's spending his last night at Caiaphas' home. We were there. From there he's brought back to the fortress of Antony. That Antonia fortress is the only place where the Roman soldiers can do whatever they want. They are confined to that place because of relationship between Rome and Jerusalem. And so when they have somebody that is going to be executed, they are toying with him, they are beating him, they are throwing things at him, they play around with him, whatever they want. And in this case, they put a crown of thorns on him, and they beat him badly, and put a garment saying, "Save yourself, King of the Jews." And they send him out to the street to walk with the cross to the execution hill. We don't know where the exact location of walking is. There is no clue to that. 1600 years later, Roman Catholics and Orthodox had marked 14 stations to the cross, to have a ceremony, to have a procession. We're not in any way seeing that in the New Testament. This is a very late tradition. In order to get us to the point of where Jesus walked with the cross, we walked into this building. We're going to go down over here and to the right, and we'll be on the pavement of that. Okay? We walked.